Hey, what's up, guys? So, something pretty mind blowing and unfortunate just took place regarding financial education, aka Jeremy Lefebvre. And once again, I do have to make a video just kind of talking about it because this guy's just absolutely outrageous. But the first thing that I want to say is the reason why this video is coming out so late in the day, I mean, it's basically almost nighttime here, is because I did a thing today. I did something today that I am extremely proud of, guys. So what happened was my car needed the brakes to be fixed. I needed the rotors and the brake pads replaced on my car. When I went to my car mechanic, and I called several, I called like 4 or 5 different mechanics. They all quoted me at $1,000 basically to get that fixed. I looked at my car and I'm like, this sounds too expensive. Like, I feel like I'm getting scammed. You know what I mean? So long story short, I'm like, you know what? I'm sure I can figure out how to do this on my own. I don't think brakes are really that hard. I started looking at tutorials on YouTube specifically for my vehicle's make and model. Didn't look all that hard. And I am proud to tell you guys that today I officially fixed my brakes. If you want to see like the videos and like some of the snippets that I recorded of myself doing it, you can go ahead and follow me on Instagram or just check out my Instagram story at Echoesfromabove. But yeah, it took me 3 hours and 30 minutes. It took me 3.5 hours to kind of do it and figure it out. It was not easy. I had to take the wheel off, which was actually pretty easy. Taking the wheel off was actually pretty easy. But the hard part was removing the caliper. Then once you get the caliper out, which took some time, you have to actually remove the rotor, and then you have to remove the brake pad. The brake pad was really easy to remove. Removing the rotor was super hard because what a lot of people don't tell you, which I found out today, is only with Hyundais do this. With Hyundais, not only is your rotor in place, but there's a little screw. There's 2 little screws that are also sealed into your rotor. I had to get that screw out in order to take out my rotors. And those screws were like rusted in. They were just had all this rust built into them. So it was really hard to get them out. I couldn't just screw them out. What I had to do is I had to get a hammer, and I had to basically hammer those things out, which I basically saw somebody do on YouTube, and I tried it and it worked. Long story short, took 3.5 hours. I changed my brakes by myself. I got really dirty. My hands were absolutely disgusting. I was stinky. I was nasty. But God damn it, I saved like $700-800 because the rotors and the new brakes, which I just went to like AutoZone and bought, cost about $300. So your boy Echo saved a bunch of money. I feel like a grown man, okay? I know there's a lot of men out there who can't even change a tire. Obviously, I can change a tire, but now I can add to my resume, I know how to change brakes on a car. I can take out the rotors, and I can take out the brake pads, and I can replace it with new ones. So very proud of myself that I was able to do that. Okay, I'm so sorry. I know that was a super long intro. If you stayed through that, you're goated. Let's get into this Jeremy stuff. So what's interesting about Jeremy, right? And this is something I found very interesting. He is, and you know, all these YouTubers do this. They do this thing where they want to do everything that they can to make sure that their views go up. We know this already. It's not about, you know, it's not about any sort of integrity or helping people or anything like that. It's just straight views. They don't really care. But what really blows my mind is that I noticed that Jeremy's views are starting to go back up. And that's mind-boggling to me because you would have thought that people like myself and Strawman Personal Finance and maybe a few others have already exposed Jeremy so much. And also, you would have thought that the community themselves would have woken up to how bad Jeremy is. But no, it turns out that that's not the case because, you know, I happen to look at Jeremy's channel. And today he put out a video called 5 Stocks I'm Buying Now, August 2023. And I'm like, okay, who the heck would take advice from this loser? Like, who in God's name would buy any stocks that this guy recommends? And let me tell you, folks, boy, was I wrong. It turns out there are, unfortunately, quite a lot of people who would still take this guy's stock recommendations and would still buy stocks that this guy recommends. Case in point, let's scroll down so I can show you guys. If you look at this video down here, let me see if I can find it. Here it is. This video right here. 6 stocks I'm buying now. That video right there got 71,000 views, which is not normal for Jeremy. He used to get those sorts of views back in 2021 during the crazy bull market. He doesn't get those type. He hasn't gotten those type of views in 2 years. He didn't get those type of views at all in 2022. He sure as hell doesn't get those type of views in 2023. But the fact that a lot of his subscribers who don't watch his channel at all literally came back to specifically watch this video really scares me. because I would have originally thought that people have woken up to the fact that this guy is a clown, doesn't know anything about investing, and has picked more bankrupt companies than I think any of us thought was even humanly possible. I mean, seriously, like, this guy has picked like 10 or 20 stock recommendations that have literally gone bankrupt. Like, it's honestly mind-boggling. But what's crazy is now you at a point now where this guy can still say, hey guys, here are the top 6 stocks I'm buying, and people will actually click on that video. That tells you a lot about human nature. That tells you a lot about my previous video where I told you guys that unfortunately people are still treating the stock market like a casino. I mean, I couldn't believe what I'm seeing here, the fact that this guy is getting 71,000 views on a video. And again, it's not hating. It's really not hating. It's just, when are you guys going to learn that taking stock picks from this guy is no better than just flipping a coin? I mean, seriously, you're better off just finding 10 stocks that you like and go through each one and just flip a damn coin. You will probably get a better performance doing that than you would listening to this guy. I mean, for crying out loud, what's that video Strawman just did? Hold on. Strawman just put out a video, didn't he? Yeah, here it is right here. Let me go to his lives. Here it is. Strawman literally just put out a video where he talked about how Oatly stock got annihilated. I guess this past Friday it was down like 24%. Keep in mind it's down like 70, 80% from when Jeremy recommended it, which again was another extremely bad company, to be quite frank. Just absolute trash company that any rational investor who knows anything about picking stocks or reading financials will just kind of look at this like, where the hell did you get this stock, and why in God's name are you recommending this to your fans? Well, unfortunately, people clearly haven't learned their lesson. You know, even though this guy has talked about stocks like Oatly, which was down pretty huge, Tattooed Chef, Smile Direct Club, Planet 13, it just, unfortunately, we're in a situation now, if I scroll back here, where this guy can still put videos out that say 6 stocks I'm buying now, and people are still clicking the video. It's like, what the hell is wrong with people? Like, what is wrong with you guys? Because seriously, and don't get me wrong, I'm not too upset because I know this guy's channel is going to die eventually. I mean, it was literally there. We were so close. I know I sound like a huge hater right now, but I promise I'm not. I just really want people to be saved. A lot of people have gotten screwed by this guy. Look, another video. Look at this. This really works. Look, another video. I just scrolled down and found another video. 7 stocks I'm buying now a month ago. He put that video out. It got 66,000 views. Like, it's just absolutely outrageous. Like, if you look at some of his like regular videos, like I'm trying to go to it because I'm telling you, this guy's channel was really not doing so hot. If you look at some of these videos right here, you know, he couldn't even get 40K views. You know, he's in like the 20K view range, 23K views, 30K views. Every once in a while, he'll get a 60. Oh my God, another 60K view video, and it's 5 stocks I'm buying now. Seriously, if this guy wants to get his views back up, all he has to do is every single day just post a video, 5 new stocks I'm buying now. It is so unfortunate that people are just so greedy, so lazy, and so just stupid that they would be willing to take financial advice from somebody who has picked an astounding and an alarming level of bankrupt companies. They would rather take financial advice from that guy than pick up a goddamn book. I mean, seriously, people, this is embarrassing. Pick up a book. I promise you, investing is not that hard. It is hard to beat the market. Yes, I will say that. It is hard to understand some of the more complex parts of investing, like DCF models or reading an entire balance sheet and understanding everything. I'll give you that. But when it comes to just kind of knowing what you're doing, and by knowing what you're doing, I mean, like, you know, make sure your portfolio allocation is a certain percentage when you're investing in individual stocks. Mostly stick with index funds. Understand that investing is a long-term game. Stay away from unprofitable companies. Stay away from unprofitable companies. I mean, just simple, like, really basic stuff. It's not that hard to grasp if you just pick up a damn book. And the sad part is you don't even have to read the entire book. Just read like the first 5 chapters those are normally like the introductory parts. You'll kind of get an idea of what you're doing. I mean, seriously, that is like, you would be so much better off financially if you did that than you would if you just watched this guy. I mean, for crying out loud, I would rather you guys give those views to Dave Ramsey. At least Dave Ramsey, even though his advice is outdated, at least you're not going to like go broke following his advice. It's not practical in today's day. You know, Dave Ramsey's advice is like stuff that you would get from like your grandfather. Like, it's like 1970s advice. It's like, you know, you ever talk to your grandfather and you're like, okay, grandpa, I appreciate it, but that advice isn't really relevant anymore, Grandpa. We have smartphones now. We have this and that. You know, there's kind of a disconnect here. And it's just, I can't stop making videos about this guy because, unfortunately, I mean, his channel has died down, but it's not truly dead. And it really upsets me that, because you see this Tesla video right here, you would think that the way for him to kind of revive his views is to make videos on Tesla, which would actually make sense. But no. Him telling people his top 5 stocks that he's buying is what revives the channel. And that's the problem, because people are literally coming back to get stock recommendations from him to buy when he's literally the worst of the worst on YouTube. It just blows my mind. So anyway, those are my thoughts. Thank you guys so much for watching. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one, man.